Now it's going to work out. Now the number of months will be determined, and you're going to have something where everybody comes together.
Does it bother you, though, that women say their lives are being put at risk? Do you feel you bear any responsibility? Because, as you say, you are responsible.
What's going to happen? This is an issue that's been going on for a long time, and it's a very polarizing issue. Because of what's been done, and because of the fact we brought it back to the states, we're going to have people come together on this issue. They're going to determine the time, because nobody wants to see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Nobody wants to see abortions when you have a baby in the womb. I said with Hillary Clinton when we had the debate, I made a statement: rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month. You're allowed to do that, and you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Again, no one is arguing for that. That's not a part of anyone's.
The Democrats are able to kill the baby after birth.
Let me
talk. Nobody wants that.
Democrats don't want that.
So we're going to come together.
I want to know what you want. I want to know what you're going to do if you're.
We are going to come
together. Would you sign
together.
federal legislation that would ban abortion at 15 weeks?
No. Let me just tell you what I do. I'm going to come together with all groups, and we're going to have something that's acceptable. Right now, to my way of thinking, the Democrats are the radicals, because after
he's right about
5
that.
and 6 months, but you have to say this: after birth, you have New York State and other places that pass legislation where you're allowed to kill the baby after birth.
Mr. President, I want to give voters a very clear sense of where
I think they're all going to like me. I think both sides are going to like me. What's going to have to happen is you're going to have to.
Of course, everybody's going to like me. I'm the greatest.
You're going to come up with a number of weeks or months. You're going to come up with a number that's going to make people happy, because 92% of the Democrats don't want to see abortion after a certain period of time.
If a federal ban landed on your desk, if you were real.
By the way, can you pause that? That's such a politician statement. Okay, let's just break down the logic of it. Like, you're saying nothing, but Obama was a genius at this.
At saying nothing.
I think Obama was the greatest when it came to using a bunch of words and saying nothing. Trump just did that. I think Obama's like way smarter than Trump, by the way, in regards to his maneuvering conversations. 92% of Democrats, he said. So he's giving us a number: 92% of Democrats, which I have no idea where he got that number from, are for not having abortions after a certain amount of months.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean? Certain amount of months, like 9 months, 2 months, 3 months. It's like, yeah, you're bound to find 92% of Democrats saying 5 months, 8 months, 1 month. It's a meaningless statement, man.
Yeah.
You're right.
And we got to pay attention to this stuff, because politicians love doing stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, let's just get to it.
Ban at 15 weeks.
Well, people are starting to think of 15 weeks. That seems to be a number that people are talking about right now.
Would you sign that?
I would sit down with both sides and I'd negotiate something, and we'll end up with peace on that issue for the first time in 52 years. I'm not going to say I would or I wouldn't. I mean, DeSantis is willing to sign a 5-week and 6-week ban.
Would you support that? You think that
I think what he did is a terrible thing and a terrible mistake. But we'll come up with a number.
All right, so I'm going to stop that interview there. All right, let's.
By the way, let me tell you just one thing about Trump himself. I don't think Trump cares about this issue. For Christians who get caught up on this, again, I'm a person who voted for Trump twice.
Same.
Twice. I don't think Trump cares about this issue. Notice the way he's talking about it. Like, oh, people are talking about 15 weeks. Seems to be a number people are throwing around.
Right.
I'll make peace on it. So I'm essentially saying we'll make a compromise. Everybody will be happy. And then, it's a political point, victory. He's not saying that it's wrong, it's murder, it's this, that. Like, all he cares about is the political kind of maneuverings and conversations that he'll get people to concede on.
Yeah, to me, it's just very disappointing to see that the number one candidate. The thing that I think frustrates me the most is just, as a Christian, I see a lot of Christians who are really fanatical about Trump, acting like he's this stalwart for conservatism, but he's really not. Like, most of his positions aren't really that conservative. He's more center right than he is anything else.
Yeah, this is definitely disappointing as a Christian to hear, him say that a heartbeat bill was a terrible thing and a terrible mistake that DeSantis and Georgia have also, put into legislation. So it's super disappointing. And I think if we call out the Democrats for saying that a heartbeat bill is disappointing, then we have to be consistent. We have to say that Trump is disappointing on this issue for sure.
Thanks so much for watching that clip from the Why Jesus podcast. If you want to see the full episode, click right here, and you can also find us on all streaming services. God bless.